Why is mental prayer so important? Because when you spend time with him, he transforms you. Why is Mary the exemplar of all of what it means to be a disciple of Jesus? Yes, she was preserved from original sin, but I would argue it was because she was constantly in his presence. And now we know this very cool thing about moms. This is the coolest thing for moms. Because of the way the baby is formed in the womb of the mother actually shares in the DNA of the baby. Like Jesus' DNA was mixed in with Mary's somehow. We know this scientifically. But I think just even his presence, like anyone that Jesus was around, who truly understood who he was and was open to him, they were transformed by that reality. And that's what I love about the Chosen, because you see it. No matter how vile or broken a person is, or the sins that they committed, I love Mary Magdalene in Chosen. God, I just love her. And all of her struggles and all of her darkness and her failures and running back towards sin. Jesus doesn't let her go. They go and get her. They heal her. And by the way, it's one of the most beautiful scenes. Who brings Mary Magdalene back to Jesus after her first fall? It's Mary, the Mother of God. She unites them together. We can't know this great love if we don't seek it. We have to make a choice to be Mary of Bethany and sit at his feet, or we won't know it. We won't know this healing. That's why these great saints say, you can't make it to heaven, because Yusuf, see this conversation Jesus and Yusuf were having, what happens if they don't have that conversation? He doesn't see his sin. He may not even be aware. But if Yusuf is talking to Jesus all the time, looking in his eyes and seeking to emulate him, and running after him and stumbling and fumbling, but then Jesus lifts him up and says, let me help you understand why you did what you just did. It's because you have a wound inside of you I need to heal. Don't be ashamed, Yusuf. That's why I came. But if we don't spend time with him, we don't see our sin. This is what St. Alphonsus of Liguori argued as to why we can't make it to heaven. Yusuf cannot become aware of who he is truly before God each and every day. Yusuf can't fix his moral compass every day. That concupiscence is constantly drawing off of true north. Yusuf was born with original sin. God be praised. Were you baptized as a child? So he's baptized, that's taken care of, but he still has concupiscence. How many of you have the issue of concupiscence? You all do. Raise your hand, all of you. Every day that you live, concupiscence messes with your moral compass. Concupiscence, the weight of it, is constantly going, oh, we're moving off of true north. We're moving off true north. We're moving off of true north. And Jesus is saying, Yusuf, get to confession. Bing. Okay, we're good. Go to Mass. If it's a venial sin, it's forgiven in the penitential rite. But that's what constantly occurs. But the problem is, Yusuf won't see these patterns of sin or whatever in him if he's not in the presence of Jesus through mental prayer. This is why the saints argued that you can't make it without that. But with mental prayer, with Yusuf every day deciding, I'm going to get up a little early and I'm going to make sure that I get to know Jesus. And I'm going to spend 15 minutes with him.